Hello, students. So, this is the fourth part of this chapter, Electoral Politics. So, students, yeah, in the last video, we talk about the reserved constituencies, and then we talk about the voters list, how the voters list prepared, okay, by the election commission, and then we discussed about the nomination of candidate, what the candidate has to be done, about the age, about the age, and about the ticket, nomination form, and security deposit. So these all topics were discussed in nomination of candidates. Now the next topic is election campaign. So now you feel like a student, like the people, those who got reservation, and then how the voters list prepared after that. You are as a candidate, you have also filled, like, just feel it, you have filled nomination form. Now you have to prepare yourself to keep ready for elections campaign, right? Now the nomination process is over, right? And then you have to be get ready for election campaigns. So it is very important, students. The main purpose of election is to give people a chance to choose their representatives. And to choose the representatives, it is necessary that people have a free and open discussion about which party will give a better government. And the candidate will serve the interest of the people in the best manner, right? Now, second thing is, in our country, such campaigns take place for 2 weeks between the declaration of candidates and polling votes, because after the nomination, the campaign used to start, right? And then second is, during these 2 weeks the candidates contact their voters. ठीक है, वो अपने अपने वोटर्स से कांटेक्ट करते हैं, एंड दे ट्राइंग टू कन्विंस पीपल टू गेट एक्स्ट्रा टू गेट votes, and address people meetings, right? And mobilize their supporters with the help of their respective parties. And number 3, door to door conversing is allowed till 48 hours before the election time, and candidates make promises through their manifestos and successful slogans over big issues. And then what they are doing, the main thing is, they have to form some slogans, because if we talk about the, if we go and think about that last few years back, so we can see many more leaders, when they stand as a candidate for elections, they made many more, strong slogans, successful slogans. So in election campaign, political parties try to focus attention on some big issues. They have to find out what are the big issues according to the time to attract public attention. They highlight the failures of the opposition parties, right? Allegation, what I told you about the allegations and all. So they just highlight the failures of the opposition party, whatever the parties were not able to, complete that, some of the policies and all, some of the programs. So they always highlighted. And there are certain restrictions imposed on how election campaigns are run, right? So here discuss one thing. One is, votes cannot be sought by appeal to religious sentiments of the voters, okay? On the basis of religions, they should not get vote. They should not force people to get vote. Next is, returns showing details of the expenses incurred in connection with the election campaign have to be submitted to the election commission after the election. So these expenses have to be within the limits set by the election commission. Means whatever, means some of the parties are, wasting their money, lots of money they used to waste. So it should not be done. And the government resources can be used for election campaigns, right? Like Delhi limit for of election expenses for parliamentary election is rupees um, 25 lakh, and assembly elections is 9 lakh. So this should be done. Parliamentary, if election, wherever the election are going to be conducted, it should be fixed. Now next is attractive slogans are coined to catch the eye of the voters. Means how we can attract people through the slogans. So first is Indira Gandhi gave the slogan in her time, that was Garibi Hatao, remove poverty, in Lok Sabha election. When the Lok Sabha elections conducted in 1971, so Indira Gandhi gave one slogan, that was Garibi Hatao, right? That poverty reduction, and then it was only focuses on the poverty reduction. Second is the BJP used the slogan Hindutva in 2004, India shining. The Congress countered it with another slogan in 2004. So the most competition was especially between BJP and Congress. So that's why when BJP formed a slogan Hindutva, that time Congress party formed slogan like India shining, right? So next is protect the self-respect of Telugus. Okay, it has mentioned here that is about the self-respect of Telugus. Right was the slogan raised by T.N. Rama Rao. He was the leader of Telugu Desam Party in Andhra Pradesh Assembly election of in 1983. So that time he formed a slogan that was Telugus. Next is the left front party used the slogan that was land to the tiller. Students, what is tiller? Tiller is the farmer. Okay, what is the meaning of tiller? Is farmer. So in West Bengal assembly election held in 1977, and that time left front party formed a slogan that was land to the tiller. This was to tribute land. Okay, this was farmers को जो है ये और land को tribute किया गया था इस slogan को. And then next is, in additional to the laws, all political parties in our country have agreed to follow code of conduct for election campaigns. According to this, no party or candidate can, what they cannot done, use any place of worship for election propaganda. राइट, इलेक्शन प्रोपोगंडा के लिए इनको कोई भी ऐसे प्लेसेस को चूज़ नहीं करना है. दे शुड नॉट यूज़ द प्लेस ऑफ वर्शिप like temple, mandir, masjid, girjaghar. So wherever they don't have to be, they don't, they are not allowed to be election propaganda in these such type of area. Next is use government vehicles, aircrafts and official for election. They should not use government vehicles for the elections. And the third is, once the election are announced, ministers shall not lay any foundation stones of any project. So during that time, suppose a ruling party is there and the election is going to be start, so that time that ruling party cannot be start any new projects. Okay, so or take any big policy decisions or make any promises of providing public facilities. That is banned. They should not do. Not as a candidate, they cannot do any these types of things. Next is polling and counting of voters. Students, what is polling and counting? Polling and counting of votes. So now the final stage of an election is the day when the voters cast their votes. Okay, on the same day, it is called voting day also. And when the voting day is to be decided, so on that day जो है छुट्टी भी स्कूल्स वगैरह भी क्लोज कर दिए जाते हैं. सो हुज नेम इज़ देयर इन द वोटर्स लिस्ट गोज़ टू द नियरेस्ट पोलिंग बूथ. जिसके नाम जो है वोटिंग लिस्ट में होते हैं, वो सबसे आसपास में जो भी स्कूल होते हैं गवर्नमेंट स्कूल, उसे एज अ पोलिंग बूथ बना दिया जाता है और कोई भी वहाँ जाकर क्या करते हैं, वोट डाल देते हैं. सो द पोलिंग बूथ्स आर यूजुअली सिचुएटेड इन द लोकल schools or government offices, right? And the election officials identify them, put a mark on their fingers. एक जैसे एक मार्क कर दिया जाता है उसमें इस तरीके से फिंगर में, नेल्स के आसपास. सो दैट इज़ द मार्क यू हैव गिवन वोट, राइट? And allow the voter to uh, cast their votes. So that's it. So first, in that is a panel way pe you should, suppose if you are going for giving a vote, and the first step here, they check your documents and all, numbers and all. In the second step, they apply something in your finger to mark in your finger, and in the third step you will get some papers, otherwise they allow you to give vote. Okay, so here in that area you will go secretly and you will can give vote, right? So this is the procedure how you can give vote. Now next is till 2004 the voters used to vote for their candidate by putting a stamp on the ballot paper. Suppose this is the paper एंड वन साइड यू कैन सी यहाँ पे कुछ मार्क बने होते हैं. सपोज़ यहाँ पे मैं फ्लावर बना दूँ, यहाँ पे मैं हैंड बना दूँ, यहाँ पे मैं कुछ व्हील बना दूँ. सो दीज आर द मार्क एंड इट हैज़ मेंशन देयर सम, एंड यहीं पे क्या कर दिया जाता था, उसके स्टैम्प लगाई जाती थी. ओके, वी जस्ट पुट अ स्टैम्प ऑन इट वेर एवर यू हैव टू गिव, टू हुम यू हैव टू गिव वोट, एंड देन इसको फोल्ड करके इस बॉक्स में डाल दिया जाता था, बैलेट बॉक्स में. ठीक है, एक बैलेट पेपर होता है. एंड देन नाउ डेज electronic voting machines are there which is called EVMs are used to record votes. जिससे पता चल जाता है कि लंबी बीप, आप वहाँ पे जाओगे, यहाँ पे बटन लगे होते हैं और उस बटन को आप क्लिक करोगे. सो आफ्टर दैट एक लॉन्ग बीप रिंग करती है एंड देन यू कैन सेटिस्फाइड कि हमारा वोट क्या हो गया है, चला गया. सो दिस इज़ द प्रोसेस विच हैज़ बीन चेंज्ड वंस द पोलिंग इज़ ओवर. ओके, जब पूरी तरीके से जो है वोट कंप्लीट हो जाते हैं, देन उसे क्या कर दिया जाता है, उसे उस EVM बॉक्स को सील्ड कर दिया जाए. देन टेकन टू द हेड क्वार्टर ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी. उस हेड क्वार्टर में, कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी के हेड क्वार्टर में उसे ले जाया जाता है. सो व्हेन ऑल द EVMs आर सिक्योर्ड, दे आर ओपनड इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ द एजेंट्स ऑफ द कैंडिडेट्स ऑन द डेट of the counting, and the agents ensure that counting is done properly. So the result are declared when counting is over. So evening till evening of 4-5 till 4-5 the result declared after counting, right? So the candidate securing the highest number of votes from a constituency is declared as a winner. ठीक है, उसी कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसी में जिसके वोट सबसे ज़्यादा होंगे उसे एज अ विनर डिक्लेयर कर दिया जाता है. सो द रिजल्ट आर अ बिग इवेंट एंड कवर्ड बाय मीडिया, television, radio, newspaper. When all the results are declared, it become a clear as to who will from the next government. So the candidates who fail to secure a minimum percentage of votes polled forfeit their security deposits. It happens. Okay, if you are not you have not got the sufficient votes, so आपका जो सिक्योरिटी मनी है वो क्या हो जाती है, वहीं पे डिपॉजिट हो जाती है, राइट? इफ़ यू हैव गॉट सफिशिएंट, सपोज 500 में से अगर आपका हाफ भी अगर मिल गए तो वो सिक्योरिटी मनी जो होती है आपको रिटर्न हो जाती है अगर आप हार भी गए. Next is are election in India free and fair? Okay, this is about the are elections are free and fair in our country. So this topic we'll discuss in the next video. Till then, thank you so much, students.